Right, some changes afoot on the Evolution of Dave channel. First of which, stopping all adverts, which really makes me smile. I feel much more comfortable with this, and I'm sure you do too. Much of the content I'm putting out there, as you know, is directed towards people in a tricky situation, those that might be feeling a bit anxious or stressed. So of course, if at the beginning of a video they then have to sit through a 30-second advert, or worse still, in the middle of the video they have to sit through that advert, it doesn't sit well, does it? It doesn't work, because it could, well, first of all, take them further into their anxious state, and also they may miss the content by clicking out of the video. And I don't say that with any arrogance. I do think that at least some of the stuff I'm putting out there is helpful to those in those situations. So advertising is now switched off and in favor of this. So the reason why I'm doing that, I of course looked initially at Patreon. That kind of made sense. And then all the negative stories started to come out. I knew very little about Patreon before I started doing my own research on them. Part of it is because I don't, as you know, if you've been following my journey, I don't watch or read the news, so I miss all this stuff. But in doing my research, of course, the latest rather large lawsuit came up, and then all the changes that occurred on Patreon's platform, that some of which I could understand. You know, if you've got VC or shareholders to please, you've got to make changes in order to improve the bottom line, the profit. But of course, from a creator perspective or subscriber perspective, some of those changes wouldn't have sat well. Least of all, of course, their dealings with freedom of speech. So I then did a little bit more research, and the one platform that made the most sense to me was Buymeacoffee. And the brilliant thing about this is, if you're watching one of my videos and you think, actually, I really like that, or perhaps you're watching one of the meditations, and I feel so happy actually at there not being any adverts on those meditation videos. So if you're watching one of those, and at the end of it, you're feeling really good, and you think, actually, Dave's put a bit of time into that. I feel like buying him a coffee. You can just hit a button, straight to the payment, and buy me a one-off coffee. You know, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to become a member. If you like it, you chuck me a couple of quid, and that's it. And I will be really grateful, of course. Now, with Buymeacoffee, I think there are other options, so you can become a member, and I'll be creating extra levels. But although I'm going to be keeping it simple, that's the important bit here. But there will be other things that you will be able to sign up for should you wish. But as I say, the most important bit really is advertising removed. If you like the stuff I'm putting out and you want to help me improve the content, then you can buy me a coffee. Now, again, all of this sits well with me, because when you go down this creative journey, when you create a YouTube channel and then you look at other ways of making an income, it's that latter bit, making an income, that's quite tricky. How do I do this? How do I start to earn some money from this when I've gone all in? I've given up my business. I literally only have a 2-day-a-week part-time gardening job to make money, which of course is not going to be enough to feed the family. So I do need to make other or create other revenue streams. So this makes the most sense. By the way, this is never going to be a prerequisite. You know, I'll still be putting content out on the channel. Hopefully it will still resonate with you. Hopefully you'll like the stuff I'm putting out there. But there's no prerequisite to you offering me cash. You know, it's always still going to be out there. And hopefully in the income that starts to flow in, if it does, from Buymeacoffee, that will help improve the content that I put out, because it will allow me to spend a bit more time on it. Look at ways of improving some of the stuff that I'm a bit rubbish at. Now, there are other changes afoot, and I'll tell you about those in another video, but I just thought I'd let you all know, as of today, there will be no more adverts. Thank you.